Knon 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to knon.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.
You are listening to KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas, Fort Worth. Pledge now. Call 972-647-1893 now to make your pledge.
Workers Beat. I'm Gene Lantz, and this is
Bonnie Mathias. Good morning.
The Workers Beat is the program for working people. 972-647-1893. If you're one of the working people that likes to call into KNON, we want you to make a pledge. It's the fund drive. We're desperate.
And we're almost there. We are so close.
We're begging. We're doing this program on our knees, brothers and sisters. We're actually on our knees begging to try to keep the Workers Beat on the air. Workers Beat has been on the air ever since KNON has.
And that's that's like 30, that's about to be 30 years.
Going on 30 years, yeah.
Wow.
And it's always, KNON's always had a commitment to working people. And it's always had a commitment to success for working people. And frankly, that only means one thing, and that's organizing.
Organize.
We're going to, next week, we're going to have the Wal-Mart people on.
Oh,
because
cool.
That's a very, very vital organizing drive. In fact, I think it's the central organizing drive in the United States and possibly in the world.
I think you're right.
Because the Walmart model is spreading so that no matter what job you have, no matter who you work for, they try to treat you like Walmart workers.
Yep. Part-time, no benefits, expensive.
Keep you scared to death all the time.
Expensive health benefits that you can't afford. It looks like everybody's taking on the Walmart model. I saw this last week that I believe it was in Wisconsin, some Dollar Tree workers went on strike.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
Fast food workers in New York have gone on strike.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a strike at Walmart.
Yes, there is.
I don't know if we can give the details or not, but we're going to have Walmart people on next week so we can find out about that.
That's going to be great.
Meantime, though, you're going to have to make sure we're still here next week.
That's right.
So get your checkbook out, write a check, send it to KNON at Post Office Box 710909. That's Box 710909, Dallas, Texas. 75371. 75371. If we don't get a certain amount of money every time we do the fund drive, and we only do one every 3 months, if we don't get what we're supposed to get, they're going to take us off.
Yep.
And it's like, you remember that movie where the guy holds a gun to his own head, and says I'll shoot the hostage.
I'll shoot the hostage if you don't come in, if you don't give him the money.
Hostage. Well, that's us.
Blazing
We're
Saddles. That's
because
right.
KNON does not have to keep us on the air. If we can't prove that there's anybody out there that cares about working people and about getting news and information for working people, if we can't prove that, then they'll go right on, put another music program on or something, and take us right off the air.
That would be horrible.
Or maybe find some competent people to do the show.
Can't find anybody more competent than you and I.
Well, maybe there's more people more competent. I don't know. But anyway, if you want us to stay on the air, it's 972-647-1893 to make a pledge. And there's other ways to do it, of course. Can't they do it online, Bonnie?
Super simple. KNON.org.
Mm-hmm.
So easy. I think there's a pledge button. Just go on there. Make sure, if you would, make sure that you put the Workers Beat on there. And if you like more than one show and you want to pledge to more than one show, you can do that too. we can split up your pledge between shows. Of course, we hope that you like us the best, and we'll have the most pledges anyway.
Yeah. When you write your check, put Workers Beat down the little information section. Not up there where it says pay to.
Right.
Because if you did that, me and Bonnie could run off with the money, I guess.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we could go all the way to Oak Cliff.
Where it says pay to, you write KNON.
Yeah.
But down the information part of the check, down the lower left-hand corner, you put Workers Beat.
The memo line.
The
memo line. There you go.
Oh, thank you, Clint.
Memo line. There you go.
That's our producer, Clint. And so some way or another, and if you pay online at knon.org, the way to do it is to put Workers Beat as your favorite program, even if you have to lie. That may not be the absolute truth.
Just humor us.
Yeah, humor us. And put Workers Beat there so we'll get credit for it. But the best way is to call us right now, 972-647-1893.
And Annie's answering the phone today.
The beautiful Annie Litz is answering the phone, and you will be pleased.
That's right. You'll just melt because she has such a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
You know how disappointed you make people when it's me that has to answer the phone because Annie's
Clint.
already on the phone?
Sorry, Clint.
Well, if you get Clint, just tell him to hold.
I don't want to talk to you, Clint.
And get Annie,
right.
because Annie's on the phone right now. I hope she's taking a pledge.
Yeah, it looks like she's taking a pledge. Awesome. Thanks, Annie.
972-647-1893. We really like it when you call. Now, there's a bunch of stuff going on.
Yes.
That we publicize that nobody else does. Especially this. There's a protest today at a Target store in Fort Worth. This is at 2 p.m. and the address is 301 Carroll Street. What they're protesting is the sale of a certain soda called SodaStream, which is allegedly manufactured in occupied lands. That's in Palestine. And I got this information from North Texas Boards at gmail.com. North Texas Boards is spelled North Texas and then BDS at gmail.com. Protest at the Target store at 2 o'clock today in Fort Worth. Also today, they're doing the Malcolm X Festival at the Pan-African Connection. Now that's over by Fair Park. From 1 to 9 today, the Malcolm X Festival. What I'm going to, and I think Bonnie's going to it too,
yes,
is the Labor Fest.
Solidarity Labor Fest.
That's from noon to 4 o'clock. At my union hall.
Yeah.
I'm kind of proud of my union hall because they're always out front.
That's right.
My president, Romeo Munoz, is always interested in helping with progressive events. The Wal-Mart workers have had a number of events out there, for example, and now they're going to host the Labor Fest. And that address is, get a pencil, 2218 East Main in Grand Prairie.
And it's free.
If you're in Dallas, you just take Davis Street and go out into Grand Prairie, and it turns into East Main. It's as easy as that.
Right, and you can also, the way that I go, down 30, take MacArthur, and take a left. MacArthur dead ends.
Take a left on MacArthur.
On MacArthur, and
it dead ends
into Main Street. Take a
East
right,
Main.
and you're going to be there in just a very short time.
If you're coming from Arlington or Fort Worth, I think it's Division Street. Division Street turns into East Main. That is an interesting street.
Yeah, it is.
It's Davis Street in Dallas. Before that, it's Bonnie View. And it's 8th for a little short pile there. For short, it's 8th Street. And then it turns into Main in Grand Prairie. Then it turns into Division. It goes on through Arlington and Fort Worth. And then it goes all the way to El Paso. I don't know if you know that.
Really?
But Davis Street in Dallas was actually the first coast-to-coast highway all the way across the United States back in the 1920s. The first highway that ever crossed from the west coast, from the east coast to the west coast, is now what we call in Dallas. We call it Davis Street.
Wow!
And that's where the Labor Fest is at 2218 East Main in Grand Prairie. They're going to have music and labor history, and not just old history too. They're going to have the people who did it.
Right.
They got some of the people who actually made history. You know, some of the unions that were organized around here. They're going to have those organizers and stuff like that. It's from 12 to 4, from noon to 4 today.
And I'm going to be there with information about the Coalition for Labor Union Women and the APRI.
What's
which is
APRI?
A. Philip Randolph Institute.
That's especially for African Americans.
Yes, but anybody can join. I'm a member,
Yeah.
so
Well,
anybody can join.
I'll be there for Job with Justice, which anybody can join, and for the Alliance for Retired Americans, which anybody can join. You know, the Alliance for Retired Americans has one member that's only 3 years old.
Really?
No, I think she might be 5. Anyway, she's a child.
That's all right.
So anybody can join the Alliance for Retired Americans.
We have to start young.
Yeah. It's a pretty good thing. Nobody else talks about this stuff. We do, and that's why we think that the Workers Beat program is important. We want to thank Deborah so much for already making a pledge.
Thank you so much, Deborah.
And ask everybody else to call Annie, 972-647-1893.
Or you can go online to knon.org.
I bet you know this, Deborah Bonnie.
I do. I know that.
She is
I know that lady.
one of the top activists that we've ever had.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Not only one of the top activists that we have now, but one of the top activists that we've ever had as long as I've been around Dallas, which is since '78. So call us at 972-647-1893. There's a bunch of premiums that you can get. And here's an interesting one, and I didn't know we had this one. You can get a DVD of a movie. This is pretty good. And it's from Sue Wilson, who has been involved in the media for over 20 years. Throughout her career, she noticed things around her were changing. She saw the deregulation of media giants controlling the airwaves. She saw journalists losing their scruples. She even saw how the media was literally killing people. She could not handle it any longer. She had to speak up and let the people know. The best way she knew how to do that was to make a movie. So she made a movie called Broadcast Blues. The film focuses on the corrupt practices that have become of the media and what the people of the United States can do to stop it. It emphasizes the fact that the public is supposed to own the airwaves, and it's our job to stop the people putting out broadcasts that are wrong. So you can get the movie for a mere $40 donation.
That would mean that Fox News would be like gone, right?
Yeah. I think it's that kind of thing, but I don't. You know, it's not just Fox News that I blame for the crimes of the media. It's all of them because
mainstream.
Yep. And it's not exactly like they set out to do a crime. It's just that it's the nature of the thing. They're doing it for the money.
Yep.
The big corporations own all the media. The big corporations, or recently they've been calling them people. The Supreme Court has designated them people.
That's right.
And said that they have, not only they have rights, but they have more rights than everybody else.
That's right.
Because they have more money.
Because they're more money. That's right. There you go. They have more money and more attorneys.
So the question comes up, if they are people, what kind of people are they? And there's a very good movie about this called The Corporation. And it finally goes right down to the nitty gritty and tells you what kind of a people is a corporation. And they say they're psychopaths.
They're not nice people.
A psychopath is somebody that don't care about anybody and just wants what he wants. You know,
and doesn't care about how he gets it.
And will do anything to get it. That's right.
Run over anybody and everybody.
So that's what kind of people the corporations are. And they own the media. They don't own KNON. And if you make your pledge, maybe we can keep it that way.
That's
we want to keep KNON on the air, and so that's why we keep begging for money. 972-647-1893.
How much do you have to pledge to get that movie?
The movie you can get for $40.
Oh, well, that's great.
And they'll package it with a T-shirt, a hat, or an apron. And if you give $70, you can get them all.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Allergies are alive and well in Texas. Man, we've got our full button baseball jersey with a white, and it's blue. And in white and red, it says KNON, Dallas, Texas on the front, and 89.3 FM in white and red on the back. And that's for a $125 pledge. That's an awesome looking jersey, too. It's pretty cool. And these T-shirts that we have, both men's and women's, with the blue bonnets on it. Wasn't that a butter or something? I don't know. Anyway, blue bonnets on them. It's a very pretty black T-shirt with the really beautiful blue bonnets on it. That just sounds so funny. We have, we've got sunglasses.
Well, they're pretty. There's one of them hanging right over there.
They are very pretty. And if you go online and click on our show, and look at the videos that Doc does, you'll probably see those shirts, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so you'll be able to see what you're getting.
You can find our program on Two Hats Publications. That's a channel on YouTube. You can also just put up Gene Lantz in there, and it all pops up.
Really?
Yeah, there's dozens of them up there now.
Wow.
We are exposed, Bonnie.
Oh, my God.
People know exactly what we look like.
You know, I used to be able to come in here with just, very little makeup, no lipstick, didn't fix
Me
my
too.
hair.
Me
I know,
too.
you too, right?
Now I spend hours.
I know. It's just,
Eyeliner.
Eyeliner and mascara and jeez.
I had a hard time putting on my eyeliner this morning.
Did you?
It's hard, but you have to do it now because
Now that we're on TV.
Doc
That's
from
right.
Two Hats Publication just keeps putting us on YouTube. And he told me the other day that in the whole history of YouTube, they never took anything off. So apparently,
Oh, my
not only are we on YouTube, but
We'll be on there forever.
future generations will be cursed with
us. Oh,
having
no.
us on YouTube forever,
Wow.
begging for money, doing a whole program on our knees.
That's right.
This is an amazing.
And I got really bad knees, y'all, so.
Yeah,
Please.
my
Yeah,
knees are
yours,
in
right?
sad shape too.
Yeah, so we really need you to call 972-647-1893 or knon.org, or you can mail a check to the P.O. Box, which is...
Oh, you don't know the P.O.
No,
box?
I don't have that one by heart.
I got two of
Sorry,
these.
okay. P.O. Box 710-909, Dallas 75371. Okay, that's P.O. Box 710-909, Dallas 75371.
And here's another nice pledge came in from Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you so much. Keeping KNON on the air. Have you got that thing that tells where all the expenses
Yes, I do.
that keeps this program?
And they don't go to us, okay? Because
Yeah, we don't get nothing.
we're volunteers. Oh, Michael's on the phone. Oh,
Put him
sorry.
on. Put him on.
Put him on.
Good morning, Michael. Thanks for calling.
How you doing this morning?
All right, brother. Thanks so much for making a pledge.
I try to help the people, man. I'm down. I'm with people, and I want the politics stuff to stop. Because it's politics. It's not the Democrats or the Republicans. It's just people that's greedy for money, and I want it to stop.
Yeah.
We know that we got a president that's just looking the other way and letting problems happen. Bush did it. I was on Bush harder than I'm on this person that called himself president. And I want him to stop this madness so we can get things done correctly for the people of the United States. We don't want to be a third world country. You understand me?
Right. And
We want to stop the mess that he's doing, and the IRS is out of control. I want them to stop that mess, man. I want them to stop that, and I want Hillary Clinton to stop saying, what does it matter? 4 Americans got killed. It matters a lot. There's 4 innocent people got killed. That's what it matters.
Of course, sir. Of course it does. Well, thank you so much, and I want to point out that Michael put his money where his mouth was, too.
That's right.
And he
made a pledge.
Made a pledge to KNON.
And that's because he likes what he hears here. He hears the truth.
Right. And we're doing what we can.
That's right.
I'll admit that things not going our way.
No.
We'll be right back.
I got to work this morning. Something seemed kind of strange. My buddy Joe was missing. There's a machine sitting in his place.
Community radio provides the kind of programming you won't find anywhere else on the dial. Nowhere else can you find such a variety of formats and personalities in North Texas as KNON. But this is only possible through the support of our listeners. KNON depends on listener support to stay on the air. Now is the time for you to help keep this show on the air. This pledge drive will continue until the station reaches its goal. If you're waiting out the pledge drive, you might be waiting out the existence of this show on KNON too. So don't wait for someone else to do it. Without the support of the people like you, there wouldn't be any community radio on the air in North Texas. So take a few minutes and make a pledge. 972-647-1893. That's 972-647-1893.
When
they're gone for good. This is Scott from KNON's Texas Blues Radio telling you don't miss out on some great blues. KNON's Texas Blues Radio Volume 5 Blues CD. It's a CD put together by real blues fans for real blues fans like you. Texas Blues Radio Volume 5 features great local blues from Michael J. and the Paul Bird Band, JJ and the Detonators, the Chris Watson Band, the Two Tones, Rough Cut Blues Band, Jeff Stone with Charlie Love, Dave Millsap, Sirloin and the Ass Kicking Machine, Tutu Jones, Blues Boy Bo, Buddy Whittington, Andrea Dawson, Kirkland James, Sonny Colley, and Johnny Red and the Roosters. Get a copy now at Forever Young Records in Grand Prairie, Recordtown in Fort Worth, and in Dallas at Bill's Records. This is a Dallas Blues collector's item. A very limited amount of vinyl copies can be found at Forever Young Records, the sponsor of this great blues project. CD downloads are available at cdbaby.com. Whether you get it as a download, on vinyl, or on CD, all the proceeds will benefit KNON. For more info on Texas Blues Radio Volume 5, visit knon.org.
Blue Monday, how I hate Blue Monday.
Work like a slave all day. That's what we're complaining about.
That's right.
You know, the corporations are trying to make slaves of us all.
Yep.
They're trying to drive everybody back to being a slave, and in that direction is the Wal-Mart plan, which is what we are protesting here on this station, and we would love to get that reversed. We'd like to see people getting decent jobs again,
and you know,
instead of barely making it.
That's right, and it affects union workers as well. I got to tell you. And if you like what you hear here, you need to call 972-647-1893 and make a pledge. We need your help to stay on the air. But the Walmart model is not just driving down wages within the Walmarts and other retail organizations. It's also helping to drive down wages in union jobs.
Yes, it is.
Because the contracts are starting to include, okay, we're going to let you guys that have been here keep all this. We're not going to give you much of anything else. But these new people coming in, they're not getting anything.
Yeah, they're really cutting the lower generation.
And
something terrible. And of course, there's a bill in Congress right now that would basically do away with overtime pay.
Yep.
We had a caller last week remind us that there's a bill that would try to do away with overtime pay. Not to mention that they're trying to do away with the National Labor Relations Board, which is that's what legitimizes unions.
Labor, right.
Before that was passed in 1935, the National Labor Relations Act, unions were basically outlaws, and everything we did was very questionable, because the courts were always ruling against us and the cops were always beating us up and stuff like that. So now, with the National Labor Relations Board functioning, we have a certain amount of legitimacy, which is what working people should have. But they're trying to get rid of it. They're gutting. What they're doing is they're not allowing President Obama to make appointments to it. He's trying to appoint Republicans to the thing.
Right, and I believe one of the persons that he appointed is a Republican.
Yeah, and but he's got 3 nominations right now,
right,
and 2 of them are Republicans. But his opposition in Congress, which is mostly Republicans, don't want anybody on the National Labor Relations Board because they don't want it to be able to function.
They want it to go away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I have already told about the Malcolm X Fest, but I'll tell about it again since somebody called. From 1 to 9 today at the Pan-African Connection, they're having a Malcolm X Festival. Now, the Pan-African Connection is over by Fair Park. I forgot the name of the street, but you don't need to know that. Need to know the exit from Highway 30. It's exit 2nd Avenue.
That's right.
And when you go around that curve there, you can actually see it.
Yep.
And kind of find your way to the Pan-African Connection. From 1 to 9 today for the Malcolm X Festival. I used to really follow Malcolm X, and I read the biography of Malcolm X, and I read just about everything he wrote, his speeches, because he had some really good things to say.
Yes, he did.
After he broke with the Nation of Islam.
Yes.
because at that time he started talking about organizing everybody together, and that really made a great message. And I have the highest respect for Malcolm X and the highest respect for the Pan-African Connection for doing these things.
They're awesome.
That's not going to save us here on KNON, though.
No, we need you to call us.
People need to call in, make a pledge, 972-647-1893.
And we only have 4 paid staffers here at KNON. Everybody else.
I thought there were 5.
No, I think there's one person that might come in occasionally, but
I see.
4 paid staffers. All
run
the rest
whole station.
Run the whole station 24/7, 365 days a year. So that means everybody else is a volunteer.
It's about 160 volunteers, I understand.
Yeah.
The people that are on the air are nearly all volunteers.
We have to pay rent. We have to pay taxes, pay phone. We have to do all the things that a regular business has to do.
Is the bottom line on there how much it costs to run this thing?
$44,000 a month.
$44,000 a month. Of course, they have to pay for the antennas. For the service, I guess, for an antenna,
right?
And
the phone service to run it out there. So I mean, it's not a cheap business.
$44,000
every
month just to keep this thing on the air, and our little part of it is basically we're supposed to raise $1,000.
Right, for every pledge drive.
972-647-1893.
We're behind.
They love it when you call. KNON is the voice of the people.
And we're almost there, okay? We are almost. Now, if the Walton family would just go on and cough up the check.
Yeah, or just the pocket change.
Just the pocket change. We'll just take the stuff out of your pocket, okay?
Just a few million.
And we would be done with the pledge drive and we could move on.
Yeah, actually the pledge drive's done rather well.
We're very close. We're very close.
They've raised $100,000 so far.
Very good.
And several of the other programs are still going to be on with the pledge drive. Next week we'll be on with the Wal-Mart workers. I want to give a little short report on the state legislature. They think they've got a state budget, and they're claiming that they're restoring most of the money to education. I don't quite understand this, because what they're restoring is supposed to be $3.9 billion, and they're saying that's almost the $4 billion that was cut last time.
They cut 5.4 last time.
That's why I'm trying to figure out, why are they saying that they only cut $4 billion last time when we knew all along it was $5.4 billion.
Is this some more of that GOP math?
It's fuzzy math, I think.
Fuzzy math.
Anyway, though, they are supposed to be close to getting a budget, and everybody is hoping that they will, because if they get the budget settled, there may not be a special session.
Oh, no,
if there is a special session, it's very much under the control of the governor. And the governor of Texas is no friend of working people, I can tell you that for right now. So if they do a special session, which with more of the control of the governor, and the Democrats will have a lot less to say about it, a lot of this crazy stuff might go through. We're just hoping they won't have a special section. One of the bills that we were really pulling for, and day before yesterday it looked like it was dead in the water, but then last night they reported that this one might go through, is a bill to solve this misclassification of workers. A lot of companies, and particularly in construction, they'll say these workers don't really work for me.
They're contractors.
They're contract labor. And of course they're lying. They hired these guys, and they're working them, and they're telling them what to do and everything else. They're not contract labor at all.
Right.
But the companies have been getting away with misclassifying them. So there's a bill that would have put a little fine on them for doing that. It's $200.
But it's against federal law. Why do we need another law in Texas to keep people from doing it?
Well, I don't know, but they do need it, because companies have been doing it and getting away with it, and that's a very, very bad thing. So there's a possibility that they're going to get this misclassification law passed. How do I know? Because I read Ed Sills.
Yay, Ed.
Ed Sills from the Texas AFL-CIO has a little news service. It's very, very good all year round, but it is indispensable when the state legislature is meeting, because it's the only way to find out what's happening as it affects working people.
And his office is across the street from the Capitol, so he's got his finger on the pulse, as they say.
And you can get this, if you're on the computer, by writing to him. His name is Ed, so you just put Ed at TexasAFLCIO.org.
That's
and
right.
You spell out TexasAFLCIO.org. And you get Ed's newsletter. As I said, it's absolutely indispensable when the Texas legislature is in session because the papers don't cover this stuff.
No.
The television stations don't cover this stuff. They cover what is of interest mostly to the corporations, what the corporations want you to know.
Yep.
So if you want stuff from the working people's point of view, Ed is the guy.
And KNON, right here on the Workers Beat, is the other guy.
Well,
We're the
KNON
go-to guy.
is indispensable. We're
That's right.
indispensable.
We are.
Now, Bonnie and I are doing this program on our knees to ask you to call us at 972-647-1893 and make a pledge.
And you can talk to Annie.
Yeah, you can get Annie on
Annie's
the phone.
not on the phone right at this second, so you could call right now and talk to Annie.
That makes all the difference.
That's right, because, I hype Annie, and then people call, and Clint answers, and they're, like, so disappointed. Sorry, Clint.
It's already happened.
Oh, it did? Oh.
Somebody called and
hey, wait a minute, you're not Annie.
Oh dear.
I love it.
Now I want to introduce you to a very special friend of mine. This is Jeannettae Flores. Good morning, Jeannettae. Just say good morning right into that microphone there.
Good morning, Gene. And
I'm so glad to see you. Jeannettae is a top activist, outstanding person that's doing stuff for working people. And Jeannettae, what's the name of your organization out there in the Mid-Cities?
It's Mid-Cities Alliance for Retired Americans.
Mid-Cities Alliance for Retired Americans. She's the spark plug of this thing. Deborah Warner's the president, and they've had 3 meetings, and you've got some plans for some more meetings, right?
Exactly.
Talk right into the microphone.
Yes, I do.
And you have a date or a time for anything coming up?
Well, May the 23rd, we have a meeting at the Betty Warmack Library, and that's at 700 Borden in Grand Prairie, Texas at 1:30. And that's just our regular meeting.
Uh-huh.
And then June the 21st, we're doing a little something for our state representative in the area.
Yeah, what's his name?
Chris Turner.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a luncheon at Humperdinck's at 700 Six Flags Arlington. And the tickets will be $20.
Uh-huh.
And it's June 21st. And
that'll be great.
That'll be very good.
I think we're doing it 12:30.
That kind of thing is what older people need. It's what retirees need. Now,
It's not all older
it seems
people.
funny to say older people when Jeannettae's sitting right there
That's
in front
so
of us.
wrong.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to be older people
Right?
to want the
We're
right
not
to
older
retire.
people.
Look, I smell like being gay. I don't feel bad.
Well, that's all right.
If you were reading the Nays newspaper, you'll see that it says in the main section that Generation X people have got very little chance of ever being able to retire.
Yep.
That the people that are in their 60s and 70s now might have a decent nest egg and might be able to retire, but the younger people, people in the 50s and 40s, they're in bad trouble. If we want the right to retire an American, we're going to have to stand up for it, and that's why Jeannettae Flores is so very, very important, because she started a chapter. And in a chapter, anybody can join. Isn't that true?
That's right.
Do we have a actual pretty young person in that group?
We have a 3-year-old.
We have a 3-year-old.
She paid her dues. She paid her
Go,
$10.
girl.
Her name is Mariah Barnett. Yes, she did.
That's awesome.
And so we have 3 years old. I know we have people in their 70s.
Yes, and we even have a 30. I believe April's 34 and a 37, and we have younger people.
Good.
That's largely because of Jeannettae. By the way, I just posted on YouTube, I posted a picture of Jeannettae putting up the decorations at the successful fundraiser that we had where we honored Eddie Bernice Johnson. She helped us, and Congressman Mark Vesey helped us, and we raised some money for the Alliance for Retired Americans. That was on May the 3rd, and Jeannettae was right there, just as she always is. I respect and admire people that just stand up and do stuff, and Jeannettae is like that. Thank you, Jeannettae, for being that way, because nobody has to call Jeannettae and say, we want you here at a certain time and place. what they do is they get a call from Jeannettae saying, I'm going to organize such and such. Now, are you going to help me or not? And
I found that the direct approach is the best way to do it.
That's right.
Because you find out where their heart is.
Well, what makes y'all like that?
I don't know.
How are y'all different from other people that you just take the initiative like you do?
Well, I can speak for myself saying
Okay,
that.
talk right in the mic.
What got me like this is I started working in a foundry, and I was the first woman in a place called Berlin, Wisconsin. And all the guys used to just take their clothes off and just get their overalls on right in front of me, and they spit their tobacco and do all that. And I just got rough. And I just started fussing at them and slapping on them and say, hey, stop that, go out there. And I just... I'm a lady, and that's one thing that got me started in working in the industry at General Motors for 32 years. You have to be, because you work around all type of people, all type of attitudes. People don't want to come in, they want to be mad at you, they're having family problems. So you have to learn how to be that way.
You have to stand up.
Yeah, and plus I'm a single mother of 3 daughters.
So what kind of work do you do at General Motors?
I did everything, and I've been to 5 plants, Gene. I've done everything from driving fork trucks to wiping them off and working down in the pit with the guys, torquing the bumpers. I've done it. Anything.
So you were on the assembly line too?
Yes, I sure had 32 years.
And a forklift driver?
Yes, I worked in the foundry first. Yes, I've done it all. Material. Yes. So
what brought you to the retirees movement? You're really one of the most group of most fortunate retirees in America, the people that retire from General Motors.
I really am.
Because your union, the United Auto Workers, has really stood up for the retirees, particularly in the auto industry.
That's true.
And so while most retirees have lost something, the General Motors retirees have probably lost the least.
Well, we've lost a lot. We've lost a lot of our medical to keep the other people working, but that's fine because we're blessed to have a pension plan.
Yeah.
And I retired early in age.
Sure.
But I retired with time instead. But, I'm fortunate because of General Motors and the union.
Yes.
If it wasn't for the union, it couldn't be done. We stick together, we stand together, and we fight.
Yeah.
So.
Because the company didn't stand up and go, oh, here y'all go.
No, we fought for everything we have, and we fought for everything that those young people in there and the plant have, and they really don't realize it. And but a lot of them do appreciate us. A lot of them do.
If you want to keep on meeting working people like Jeannettae Flores, give us a call and help us stay on the air. 972-647-1893. Now, Jeannettae, you're presently active in the retiree movement, even though you're still a young woman. So, what brings you to the retiree movement? What situations or problems do the retirees have that you're seeing now that you really want to help with?
Well,
talk right in the mic.
Like I said, we have a lot of people that aren't as fortunate as I am. I'm married, and my husband still works in the plant, so I have his insurance to depend on.
I see.
And I'm too young to get Medicare.
Right.
So a lot of my friends, they don't have that, and they don't have their hospitalization, all their medical. You pay so much into it, but with using your pension check, you're almost broke at the end of the month, because you have doctor bills and everything. So I'm trying to fight and do what I can to help Jean and other people, to have these laws changed and to let them recognize we fought not only for where we work, we fought for this country.
We did.
And we built this country.
It's true.
Amen.
And I really believe that, we need to stand up. I don't have anything to do but fight for what I believe in, and I'm going to continue doing it.
That is so great. We'll be right back with Jeannettae Flores.
Tell you all a story that's close to me. A worker who's leaning on a bended knee, soiled and tattered in search of relief, fighting for some unspoken belief.
Recycle Revolution is a local recycling collection service and community drop-off center. They collect and accept all traditional recyclables, including paper, plastic, aluminum, cardboard, and glass, as well as materials like TVs, computers, lamps, light bulbs, batteries, ballast, and styrofoam. They offer collection services to apartments, condos, and businesses. They also offer a community drop-off located at 1703 Chestnut Street in Dallas. For more information, 214-566-3025 or recyclerevolutiondallas.com.
This is William, your videographer for the KNON talk shows. You can watch Workers Beat by going to KNON.org website. Click on schedules to the left side of your screen. Choose Workers Beat's page. Scroll to the bottom of the page, then choose your favorite show to watch or download. This show will be ready for viewing by lunchtime Tuesday. Have a great day.
I wake up in the morning at 4:45. The alarm clock is relentless, for goodness sakes alive. Back to the old barnyard, the Monday morning grind. If the boss man don't fire me, I'm walking a thin line. Oh Lord,
what am I gonna do?
Well, if you got a good union job, you're going to keep working.
Yeah, if you've got a good union job,
That's
but there's
right.
not very many of them.
No, there's
They
not.
are hiring at General Motors, so I heard. Jeannettae, is it true that they're hiring at General Motors? Have you heard that?
Well, I was told that, you know what I don't like, Gene, is the retirees don't get a referral.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Really.
Well, they don't.
And I don't think that's fair. And we've talked to the president of the union about it, Mr. Mike Cartwright. Yes, I'm putting him on blast. About
Go,
that.
girl.
and the people only that are working get one referral, and which is fine. And my husband, always asks me, do I know anyone? But they only do it every now and then, and it's only temporary, but it's something.
I'm not sure everybody knows what you mean when you say to get a referral.
Oh. Well,
Can you clarify?
Okay, you have to know someone there. In order to get that works at the plant, in order to get a referral,
Right.
And they only get one, and then they will help you fill out the app online, and they turn the referral in.
But that's basically the company that does that. It's not really
Oh
the union.
no, it's not. But I feel like
in other words,
union
if you're looking for a job at General Motors, and if you know somebody that works there, they may be able to give you a referral.
That's right.
They may be able to help you get that job. But mostly it goes through the unemployment office, just like everything else. And you still have to take the tests and everything. So you still have to go through the unemployment office. General Motors has its own tests, and the Texas Workforce Commission does whatever General Motors tells them to get those few jobs. And also, sadly, the newer jobs at General Motors are not as good as the old jobs. It's just like the post office. We still think of the post office as being the best job in America, but the newer jobs at the post office really aren't that good. It takes a long, long time, 10 or 12 years, to get on regular at the post office. You're considered a temporary worker for a long, long time. 972-647-1893. If you want to help us turn the situation around for working people, because KNON's program, The Voice of the People, the Workers Beat program, is part of the solution. I'm not saying we can solve the problem. We can't just snap our fingers and make it happen, but certainly we're on the right side. We're on the side of the working people and trying to make things better for working people. I want to thank Jeannettae for another pledge, and I want to thank you for calling 972-647-1893. Help us out. Keep us going. If you didn't, we wouldn't be able to report things like this. On this day in 1979, an Oklahoma jury found for the estate of Karen Silkwood and ordered the Kerr-McGee Nuclear Company to pay $505,000 in actual damages and another $10 million in punitive damages for negligence leading to her contamination with plutonium. So Karen Silkwood, there's a movie called Silkwood. I know about this personally. I feel very close, even though I didn't know Karen Silkwood. I knew her parents, and I know that I was very, very happy to see that they won the lawsuit years after Karen was killed, which that goes back to 75 or 76.
Yeah, that's long.
She was killed in November, I believe it was November 21st. And but on this day in 1979, it was when the jury finally came through and paid off the parents for the way that the company had treated Karen Silkwood, a great hero of American labor. And of course, she didn't live to enjoy it, because she got killed and under very, very suspicious circumstances when she was on her way to report to the New York Times that there were unsafe working conditions in the place where she worked in Crescent, Oklahoma. And it's a very sad story, but it's one that you wouldn't hear on the other stations because they don't care about Karen Silkwood. They care about Kerr McGee. They care about the big corporations, and they're not interested in publicizing the story of labor's heroes. Is there anybody that has inspired you, Jeannettae Flores, that you kind of think is cool, either living or dead, in the labor movement?
Eugene.
Uh-oh. Don't pick on me now.
Well, I have to, because I tell you, when I first started coming to the Alliance meetings that were held at our union hall, Gene's very persistent. That's why I'm here today. and I was going to other meetings also. I'm in other organizations. But the way I see Gene when he's fighting for something, the way he believes in things, it just makes me feel good that you have to help somebody like him, because he really, really cares. And he gives a lot of his free time. You know, he does what he doesn't have to do. And who couldn't help somebody like that? That's right. They always need someone to help them. So you're my backbone.
Now, that's true. I really do. I always need somebody to help me.
And that's fine.
I'll go along with that part. I need you to help me right now with a pledge to KNON. Call 972-647-1893 and you get a chance to talk to Annie.
Annie, right?
She's not on the phone right this minute. That's right. So you could get Annie lit if you call 972-647.
And I want to challenge all my friends out there that are listening. I just made a pledge to this show. So I'm challenging everybody out there that's listening. You need to make a pledge too, because I can't keep paying to keep us on the air every pledge drive.
So we're not just being financed by Bonnie Mathias.
That's right. We need other people to call in and pledge. Go online, knon.org. It is so easy, totally secure. I know there's still some people out there that don't shop online because they're afraid. Yeah. You know, it's very, very secure.
Yeah, and they don't sell your list
there
either.
You go. We don't sell
the
your
names.
Information.
Yeah, I had a dream last night that what's that woman's name? Alice
Walton?
She lives over in Fort Worth, and in my dream she called KNON and wanted to talk to me directly, you know, and I said, thank goodness we finally got someone from the Wal-Mart family to call KNON and help us support KNON, and just what kind of comment would you like to make? And she said, don't hold your breath. It was a bad dream.
Bad dream. Did you wake up?
So far, there's not a single billionaire has called to save us at KNON. I still have my hopes up, though. I still think that sooner or later they're going to get the humanity is going to come knocking on their door, and they're going to say, you know, I need to help KNON.
I need to help them.
And they need to help KNON stay on the air. That's and help the workers continue to help organize people and stand up to the other corporations
like yours, our Walmart. Yes, our Walmart. Yes.
I guess if we quit knocking Walmart, the rest of the time, maybe they would chip in during fund
they make it so easy.
That's true.
They make it so easy.
Jeannettae, what do you think of Walmart? You shop there?
I can't.
You can't shop there?
I'm a union person.
So union people using don't shop at Walmart?
Because they're not union, and we try to support. We try to support union jobs, right? Because I mean,
and we're not allowed to advertise, but union. Yeah, well, you want to shop union, you go to Kroger.
That's right.
Or Costco.
Or Costco. Yeah. Yes, Costco.
I love Costco.
Me too.
They're not so bad. Well,
they treat their employees really well, and
Actually,
that's what's so important.
the union movement is not calling a boycott of Walmart.
No.
They just want, if you do go in there, do what Bonnie does. Wear your union shirt in.
Yeah.
She's got a big old shirt that says "Organized Walmart."
Yes.
And she wears that in.
Oh,
when she
I
goes
love
to the
it.
shop.
I got an Our Walmart shirt from the Our Walmart folks, and it is bright green. I mean neon green, and I wear that very proudly.
Well, I'd like to have one of those.
God, we'll June 1st, I think we're going to have a little old meeting. So
Yeah, we're going to have a rally on June the 1st.
What did I get myself?
That's okay.
We're going to have a rally on June the 1st with the
need it,
Walmart people, and we need to be circling that on our calendar.
That's right, June 1.
I'll give you the time. It's at 1:30.
Yep.
I'll give you the place. It's on Kroger's on Highway 35 in DeSoto.
Oh, it's closer to me.
Yes, it's very close to you.
That'll be at 1:30 on June the 1st,
Yep.
and you can expect to meet some Walmart people there.
And I'll bet they got an extra shirt.
Well,
I just begged.
I bet I'll be there.
They have really good hats. Now,
Yeah.
I think
The
those
hats
shirts
are
are a
cool,
little
too.
gaudy, to tell you the truth.
I like gaudy jeans.
But I like
It's
the.
this color.
That's okay.
I
That way
know,
everybody
right?
can notice
Everybody
it.
can see you.
It's chartreuse. That's chartreuse, isn't it?
Well, that's pretty much what
I don't know if you can see that on the radio.
Neon.
Neon green. I don't know. But it and also my husband, when he goes with me, I love it because I put him in a CWA shirt that has Steward written across the front of it in huge yellow letters. So we get a lot of attention. It's just amazing.
Well, 972-647-1893 if you want to get some attention and make a pledge to keep KNON on the air and keep Workers Beat a part of it. Get to meet people like Jeannettae Flores and Bonnie Mathias, who are self-motivated. Now, is my understanding that neither one of you is getting paid for this?
No.
And you don't get paid for your other activist business?
Nope.
No.
Bonnie's activist with the Texas Organizing Project. Jeanetta's active with the Texas Alliance for Retired Americans. I don't know, Jeannettae, did you hear the new anthem for the Texas Alliance for Retired Americans?
Yes, I did.
I put on YouTube.
Yes, I did.
I have no shame.
None.
I have no shame at all.
You're wonderful, Gene.
I
I
actually
think we're
going to
sing that today, right?
I wrote no, we're not.
We're not going to sing that today?
They didn't ask me to sing.
Not here. I mean, at the Labor Fest.
No, they didn't ask me
What?
to sing.
I want another word, so I need it. Yeah, I wrote
Well, I
down.
put the words on the YouTube just like the video. So if you look in the comments section under the video, the anthem for the Texas Alliance for Retired Americans will be there.
Well, I want to print it out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get another recording of it because I'm a little embarrassed by that one. I had written the words myself, but I actually forgot the words. I forgot the words and was singing along with some other words. But it's all comes
all
out.
good. It's all good. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, Gene, if you don't mind, print it out at our next meeting. We'll all learn it because I have 28 members now.
Wow.
That is fabulous.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we'll learn it.
That I will take you up on that, and then I'll try to get Doc there too, or I'll get my own video camera and we'll video people singing the anthem of the Texas Retired Americans.
That'll be
I think
neat.
that's excellent. Yeah.
Okay.
I can give you a little bit of the chorus.
Come on,
it says, "They'll protect you and defend you throughout this Lone Star land, 'cause the Texas Retired Americans united takes a stand."
Yay.
That's the anthem for the Texas Alliance for Retired Americans.
All right. Did you hear that?
I will provide a
studio audience. It's amazing.
For a $50 pledge, I will come to your meeting and sing that song.
Okay,
And
wait
for-
a minute now.
For a $100
For
pledge,
a $100 pledge, he won't come.
I won't come. That's right. 972-647-1893.
I hope everybody will come out and see us this afternoon at Jean's Union Hall. It's the first annual Solidarity Labor Fest. There will be music, there will be information, there will be lots of stuff going on. Come learn about where the labor unions have been, where we're going, how to keep it alive. I'll be there with the A. Philip Randolph Institute and also the Coalition of Labor Union Women and CWA, of course.
Communications
Workers of America. So come on out and see us. What's the address, Gene?
2218 East Main in Grand Prairie.
So
Doc, are you
easy.
going to that too? You going to the Labor Fest?
Oh, he's
working all day.
Oh,
Okay,
bummer.
well, I've got my little video camera. I might shoot a little video.
Oh, cool.
When we're out there, because These things are important.
Yep.
We have done a study in the Jobs with Justice group. We've been doing a study as to why people are not standing up for themselves, why it is that they don't come out for picket lines and marches and stuff as much as we think they ought to. I mean, there are good people who do these things, but there are a lot of people who don't. And so we've been studying on that. And what it turns out to be the number one reason is that they don't think it'll do any good. Which tells me something very important. It tells me that they don't know how we got
where we
are today.
That's right.
They don't know how we ever got pensions to begin with. I know we're losing pensions today, but how did we get them? Social Security, they're trying to take away Social Security. How did we get it? If people don't know how we got things, then it probably are going to lose it because they don't know how to defend it. And so that's why the Labor Fest for today that's why I'm pushing it and publicizing it, because they're going to be explaining how we got what we got and singing a few of the songs too, and it'll be historical and cultural at the same time.
It might even be hysterical.
It might be hysterical. Some of us will be hysterical. Some of us have been known to be hysterical most of the time.
That's true. That's true.
I want to thank Jeannettae Flores for coming on today and see if there's any final things you'd like to add.
Thank you for having me.
We're getting pretty well run out of time. You want to tell about your meeting again, the May 23rd meeting?
It's at...
Yes, the May 23rd meeting is at the Betty Warmack Library at 700 Borden in Grand Prairie, and it is at 1:30.
And that's free?
Yes.
Absolutely. And anybody can come?
Anybody can come.
1:30 on May 23rd at the library in Grand Prairie.
Yes.
That's kind of in the southern part of Grand Prairie, right?
I don't know. It's in between Arlington and Grand Prairie. Right behind I-20.
All right, so I guess it's the western part of Grand Prairie.
But I thank you so much, Jean, and I will see you at the Labor rally.
Oh, you're coming to the Labor Fest today?
Of course I am.
So you can
I won't stay long because I have to take my granddaughter shopping.
That's all right.
I will be there.
Good.
Thank you for having me.
You can call, make a pledge, whether we're on the air or not. You can call in the middle of Jim Schutz's program and make a pledge, 972-647-1893. And you can make a pledge to Jim Schutz's program because that's important too.
And if you go to knon.org, you can actually pledge to different shows, to Workers Beat and Jim Schutz and Lambda Weekly or Marion Barnett. You can pledge to everybody's show. Just put them all in there, and they'll split up the pledge and give everybody credit for it.
It's time for us to go. We'll be going off the air just as soon as Annie gets off the phone. She's taking a pledge right now, and as soon as she does, I'm sure she's going to start the music, and we'll be getting out of the way because Jim Schutz is coming in with
Jim is here.
all the important information about the city of Dallas. Who knows more about it than Jim Schutz? That's who I look up to.
Me too. Jim knows a lot of stuff.
972-647-1893, and we want to thank the Grackle Art Gallery for making a pledge. Wasn't that great? The Grackle Art Gallery in Fort Worth.
Jeanette, thank you for your pledge. Michael, thank you for your pledge. Deborah, thank you for your pledge.
Bonnie, thank you for your pledge.
Yes, thank you. You're welcome.
And
it's important.
It's about out of time now, but we hope we're not done for completely. Workers Beat will host the Wal-Mart workers next week, so be there with us.
Oh, yes, please.
We'll be there with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to knon.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.
You are listening to KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas, Fort Worth. Pledge now. Call 972-647-1893 now to make your pledge.